Falcons going up against Foles Eagles.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Always got some breathing room.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. Freeman again. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long distance...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vinny Curry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's not a call you see every day. A toss play inside their own 10-yard line. Takes a little bit of brass right there, and they were able to get a little bit of yardage.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's going to get this one all the way up past the 20-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. first carry for LeGarrette Blount. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now Foles. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Foles. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brooks Reed able to run him down for a loss of 18 yards, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Back deep here, Andre Roux, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. So on 4th down, the Eagles will call on the left foot of Donnie Jones to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. They will run again with Coleman. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the... ...35-yard line at the 34. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
This is Ajayi, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
Here's Foles. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Defense showing blitz. Here's Blunt. And an alley to run. And now running right through it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Again, here's Blunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year, and 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Well, that's tough right there. Asking your quarterback to get you 2 yards on a sneak. As it turns out, he gets them no yards instead.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air? And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Dontari Poe coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Ryan, and now he's going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Matt Ryan, and that's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll run again with Blunt. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now with Barner. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They'll run. It's Barner. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They'll get 23 yards there, and that leads to a Philadelphia first. Now Barner, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now it's Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Hey, partner, I want to sidestep for a second. Week 15, Raiders-Cowboys. I know you saw that crazy first down measurement. Very, very controversial.
Look, it didn't pass the eye test. And what I mean by that is when they put the ball down and run the chains out, you couldn't just look at it and say first down or not. Ball's, you know, the nose of the ball is over. I mean, you had everyone eyeing it, looking at it. It's about making sure the posts are directly at 90 degrees. Do you need a leveler out there? I mean, everything was going on in the discussion. And finally, Gene Steratore, the referee, pulls an index card out of his back pocket to slide it between the football and the marker and signals first down. Now, we haven't seen that since, what, Bill Vinovit?
Yeah.
Was that 2013?
2013.
Not an everyday occurrence, but you do what you have to do to get the job done. So anyone wants to put a computer chip in the football, it's a great time to bring that idea back.
I think Jack Del Rio might want to put a chip in the football.
No doubt.
On 3rd down, Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And he'll go down, and that will do it. Brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And no, it's incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Now a run for Barner. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run again with Barner. A little juke. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. Back to throw. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just 1-point completion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive, eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
They'll toss it to Coleman as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. Ooh, with a juke. And he's got Rome. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone. As time has run out on this ball game.